Hello everyone, it's Kim and welcome back to my channel. Today is a long-awaited day. It is the return of my TBR game, the TBR Cafe. It's been a minute. It's been probably over 6 months since I filmed the TBR Cafe because I just ended up not vibing with my new board and the new way I set it up. So we went back to the old board. I created a new board that looks like the OG version of the game. There is a couple changes. I made the coffee breaks part of the board like before, but we are back to this like circle-esque, Trivial Pursuit-esque style looking board. And this game went a lot more smoothly and was more fun for me than the other one. So the only thing I am going to do is I'm going to quickly go through the categories. I did some very broad themes and categories for the new game. So I want to go over what the symbols mean and we'll go from there. So the book this time around is going to be genre based or age range based. I think there's a couple like that are like middle grade as an option, but you get where I'm going with that. Then the coffee cup is going to be aesthetics. So this could be, there's a certain item on the cover is a certain color, those kind of things. The cupcakes are challenges. So we have things like finish a series. We also have, let's see what else is on here. I have the Rory Gilmore reading challenge. I think I might try to do that a little bit this year. And I included all of the challenges that are in my reading planner / reading journal for this year from Little Inklings Design. So those are also all included in the cupcake theme. And then we have the cup of tea, and for that it's just random prompts that I've had throughout my other cards, things like that. So the tea is basically just a miscellaneous prompt that I can complete. And then of course we have the coffee breaks, which are our coffee beans, and those are coffee breaks that have been seen before. They're either prompts that I enjoy or I'm like a little worried about. So like this one's free coffee and it's a pet pick, so Milo and Blue will get to pick a book if I land on that. No coffee, oldest publication. We all know I absolutely don't like that one because I know which books those are and they scare me. So that is kind of how the game's going to work this time around. Back to the old. I really did learn if it's not broke, don't fix it. So let's go ahead and get started with what I'll be reading for January in 2024. Roll 1 is a 1. So I'm going to go to the top. So we're going for a book, and the prompt is going to be read a romance. Roll number 1 gave us a book, and for that the prompt was read a romance. So I'm keeping it lighthearted and fun and going with a romantic comedy situation, and I'm going to be reading The Bromance Book Club by Lisa K. Adams. This book has been on my radar for probably a couple of years now, and I don't know, I just want a fun book, and I know it's going to be hilarious, so I'm very excited about this one. Yeah, I'm excited about The Bromance Book Club. Roll number 2 is a 9. So let's go clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 for a cup of coffee. And our prompt is going to be read a book with a blue cover, or read a book with blue on the cover. Roll number 2 gave us a cup of coffee for an aesthetic prompt, and this one was read a book with blue on the cover. So for this one, I am going to be reading The Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer. We got some blue books right here on this cover. So I have heard so many good things about this. I've had a lot of people telling me I need to read this. Shannon, looking at you. And I think it's about time. It's a book about books. So, though some of the reactions that I've seen of this book were made people cry, and it's for like the young readers at heart, like who love. I'm like there might be some tears shed over this one, but I'm very excited to read The Wishing Game. Roll number 3 is a 5, and our prompt. Oh, and our prompt. I need to move around the board first. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for another cup of coffee. So another aesthetics, and it's going to be read a book with foiling on the cover. Roll number 3 gave us another cup of coffee, and for that we got read a book with foiling on the cover. So there may not be foiling on the cover right at first glance, but for this book I've chosen Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to continue this duology and finish their story. Oh, if you haven't read Divine Rivals, I highly suggest picking it up. But I know, you're wondering, where's the foil? Well, on the special edition for Barnes & Noble, we have a foiled stamp. So, we got foiling right here on this cover with the poem or little quote on the front. So, that is my little stretch for that prompt of foiling on the cover. It's just hidden. It's just hidden beneath the dust jacket, but I am very excited to see where it goes with Iris and Addie and Roman. Like, the ending of this, I have so many questions, and I'm so excited to see where it goes. So, Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross is on the January TBR for read a book with foiling on the cover. And the final roll number 4. Is a 1, and we have a cup of tea. So all about the beverages, which I feel like is very, very accurate for me. And the cup of tea is the fake dating trope. And the final prompt for the game is going to have given us a cup of tea, which is just a random prompt. And for this one, we got fake dating trope, which gave me the perfect opportunity to put my first ever book from Allie Hazelwood on my cover, which is Love Theoretically. I picked this one up. This is the first one of hers that really, really grabbed my attention, and I am very excited about this one. I love a fake dating story, so, and I think it's a good way to start off January. I feel like a lot of these are great books to start off the year with, so I am very excited about this, and I feel like this round of my TBR game went really well, and I'm very excited about it. I feel good about it. But yeah, so Love Theoretically is the final book for this round of the TBR Cafe. The final 2 books on my TBR have to do with my Patreon, which is linked below if you're interested in checking it out. I host 2 book clubs over there in the vanilla latte tier. One is a nonfiction book club, and we alternate months with the book club. So this month for January is a nonfiction month. So we are currently reading Radical Love by Zachary Levi. This for me is a reread. I read it I think shortly after it came out, but I didn't get to have a physical copy, so I'm excited to reread it with the physical copy, mark some things, and then have a chat about it, because the subtitle for this is Learning to Accept Yourself and Others, and I feel like listening to his story, it's just so important, and he really gets vulnerable about different aspects of his mental health, and it's such a good book. If you're struggling with mental health, I recommend checking this out. Listen to it. He reads the audiobook, and it's really, really inspiring. And I feel like there's a lot that you can take away from this book. So Radical Love is my current nonfiction read for the month. I also am doing my goal of 12 nonfictions this year again. But I'll talk a little bit more about that in my goals video that will be coming up soon. And the final pick is my Patreon pick. So this time, if you saw the video I did a while back where I had my patrons randomize my TBR, we did that again, but for the TBR Acorn. So each month I'll be choosing a slip of paper that has 2 numbers on it. One will be the shelf, and one will be the book on that shelf. I also decided to randomize the shelves, so they have different numbers on them than what they would normally be numbered, so we'll see how this goes. But yeah, so let's pick out the first TBR Acorn pick. I forget how heavy this is to hold sometimes, so There's not too many in here right now. All right, let's go with this one right here. So we will open it, find our numbers, and then go on a little scavenger hunt to find what book I'll be reading. All right, so we are going with, this is Mary's pick, and it will be bookshelf 9, book 19. You're not gonna be able to see that, but you'll just have to trust me. Bookshelf 9, book 19. Let's go find it. All right, so shelf number 9. There actually isn't too much on this shelf, so getting to our 19th book will be interesting. So we're starting here, and I'm just going to count down, and I'll just continue to go until we hit 19. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh my gosh. My friend Jess is gonna laugh out loud when she sees this. So Perfume is the book that I will be reading in January. So bookshelf number 9, book 19 was Perfume, The Story of a Murderer by Patrick Suskind. So, if you know, you know what this book is about. If you don't, look it up, Google it. It's going to be an interesting one. This is one that my friend and I she sent me a TikTok about it, and I was like, oh, I want to read that. Which was not, I think, the reaction she expected me to have. So I was tasked with reading it and telling her how it is to see if she wants to read it, and then eventually I think we are going to watch the movie. So, Perfume, The Story of a Murderer by Patrick Suskind is the final book for my January TBR. Alright, so quick recap. Here we go. We have The Bromance Book Club by Lissa K. Adams, The Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer, Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross, Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood, Radical Love by Zachary Levi, and Perfume by Patrick Suskind. Which, honestly, I feel like this is a good group of books. We got an array of genres and romance options and all kinds of fun things. So, I'm feeling pretty good about January. I'm excited to be back with my original TBR game, and I think it's going to be a good reading month, and I think it's going to be a good reading year overall. So, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed having the TBR Cafe back, comment a coffee cup emoji down below. Let me know what you plan on reading in January, and if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, ring the bell to be notified if you want to see more of my videos on your feed, and I will see you all very, very soon in a brand new video. Take care and happy reading, everyone. Bye.